Let me tell you something they never teach you in school. It's not the degree, the GPA, or how many hours you grind behind a laptop that'll make you rich. It's your ability to deal with people. Period. People make you money, people open doors, people unlock opportunities, and most people, they're terrible at dealing with people. And that's why they stay stuck. Making people feel seen and heard is one of the most underestimated yet powerful skills in business and life. When you walk into a room, whether it's a boardroom, a coffee shop, or a networking event, the quickest way to stand out isn't by showing off your achievements, your expensive watch, or your knowledge. It's by showing genuine interest in the person standing in front of you. Most people operate on autopilot. They engage in surface level conversations, waiting for their turn to talk, distracted by their phones, mentally rehearsing what they'll say next. But when you make someone feel truly seen and heard, you instantly separate yourself from the noise. It starts with your presence. When someone speaks to you, look them in the eye, lean in slightly and remove distraction. Your body language speaks before your words ever do. It tells them, you matter, I care, I'm here with you. Then comes your listening. It's not the passive, yeah, kind of listening. I'm talking about active listening, where you absorb their words, their tone, their energy. You reflect their emotions. You ask follow-up questions that show you are truly paying attention. People are starving for that kind of connection. When they feel you're genuinely tuned in, walls come down, defenses drop, trust begins to build, and with trust comes access. Access to insights, opportunities, and relationships that most people never tap into. It doesn't matter if you're trying to close a deal, recruit top talent, or negotiate a partnership. People don't do business with the smartest person in the room. They do business with the one who makes them feel valued. They remember how you made them feel long after they forget what you said. And making someone feel seen and heard is not just about words. It's about patience, empathy, and reading between the lines. It's being present enough to notice their hesitation when they talk about a project, their excitement when they mention a future goal, their frustration hidden behind a smile. That's where real influence begins. Most people focus on crafting the perfect pitch or learning negotiation tactics, but influence starts way earlier. It starts the moment someone feels safe enough to open up, to share their real challenges, to invite you into their world. The ability to ask great questions is one of the most underrated money-making skills in the world. Most people walk into conversations ready to talk, ready to pitch, ready to show off how much they know. But the real winners understand that curiosity is a superpower. Questions open doors that statements never will. When you sit down with a potential client, investor, partner, or even a team member, the smartest thing you can do is lead with curiosity. Instead of talking about yourself, your product, your services, you flip the script. You make the conversation about them. You ask them where they want to be 12 months from now. You ask them what's holding them back from getting there. You ask them what their biggest challenges are, what they've tried, what's worked, what's failed. And the magic? People love to talk about themselves. They love to share their vision, their struggles, their frustrations. The more they talk, the more they feel connected to you. The more they share, the more you understand how to truly help them. That's where the opportunity lives. You're no longer guessing what they need. You're not pushing a solution that may not fit. They are literally handing you the blueprint to serve them, solve their problems, and earn their business. But it requires you to get out of your own head. It requires you to care more about understanding than being understood. And that's where most people miss the mark. They think sales or business development is about convincing. It's not. It's about uncovering. It's about peeling back the layers until you get to the real pain point, the real desire, the real problem they're facing. And the only way you do that is through strategic, intentional questions. Not robotic, surface level questions, but thoughtful ones that show you're paying attention, that you're invested in their success. It also positions you as a trusted advisor, not just another salesperson. When you ask better questions, you gain better answers. When you gain better answers, you offer better solutions. And when you offer better solutions, people pay you. Simple as that. In every interaction, the person asking the questions controls the conversation, shapes the direction, and ultimately influences the outcome. Staying calm under pressure is one of the rarest and most valuable people skills you can develop if you want to play at a high level and build real wealth. The truth is, most people fall apart when things get tense. You see it in negotiations, you see it in boardrooms, you see it when deals get complicated, or unexpected problems show up. Emotions flare up, people get defensive, egos take over, and the whole situation spirals out of control. But the person who can stay calm, composed, and clear-headed when everyone else is panicking is the person who automatically earns respect. They become the anchor in the storm. When you're that anchor, people lean on you. They trust your judgment. They listen to your solutions. That kind of presence turns you into a leader, whether you have the title or not. Business is unpredictable. Things will go wrong. Deals will fall apart at the last minute. People will disappoint you. Market conditions will shift. Competitors will blindside you. You can't control all of that, but you can control your emotional state. You can train yourself to pause, breathe, and process before reacting. You can train yourself to look at facts, not just feelings. You can train yourself to ask the right questions, to seek clarity instead of jumping to conclusions. That self-control under pressure doesn't just protect your reputation, it protects your decision making. Because when you make decisions emotionally, you almost always make mistakes. You overcommit, you burn bridges, you miss opportunities. But when you operate from a place of calm, even when the stakes are high, you can see the bigger picture. You can evaluate options with a clear mind. You can communicate with confidence. And here's the thing most people don't realize. People are always watching how you handle stress. Investors, clients, partners, your own team, they take mental notes. They watch how you react when a deal's on the line or when a project falls behind schedule. If you crack under pressure, they hesitate to trust you with bigger opportunities. But when you stay calm, they see you as someone who can handle success, someone who deserves to play at a higher level, someone who can lead others through uncertainty. The skill of following up consistently is one of the most powerful habits that separates the successful from everyone else. Most people underestimate how much fortune is hidden in the follow-up. They send one message, one email, have one conversation, and when they don't get an immediate response, they give up and move on. That's exactly why they stay stuck, frustrated, and broke. The truth is, opportunities rarely land in your lap after one interaction. People are busy, distracted, overwhelmed with information, and constantly pulled in 100 directions. Just because someone didn't respond right away doesn't mean they aren't interested. It means life got in the way. The follow-up is your responsibility, not theirs. The professionals, the top performers, the ones who close big deals and build empires, they understand this at a deep level. They know that polite, consistent, value-driven follow-up builds trust over time. It shows persistence. It shows that you care. It shows that you aren't just chasing a quick win. You're committed to building a real relationship. And here's where most people get it wrong. They confuse follow-up with being pushy. Following up isn't about pestering or harassing someone. It's about staying present in their world, reminding them that you exist, providing value, and making it easy for them to take the next step when they're ready. That could be as simple as sending a helpful article, sharing a relevant insight, or checking in to see how things are progressing. It's not always about asking for the deal, it's about staying visible. And when the timing lines up, when their priorities shift, when they finally have bandwidth to make a decision, guess who they think of first? The person who stayed in touch, the person who followed up, the person who didn't disappear after one conversation. I've seen deals close after weeks, months, sometimes years, simply because I refuse to disappear. Most people's problem isn't a lack of opportunity, it's a lack of discipline in staying top of mind. Following up is a long game, but it's also the most predictable way to win. It compounds your efforts, builds your reputation, and positions you as the go-to person when the time is right.